Okay, so again, it is Halloween 2020. It's 8:30 p.m. I wanted to just take some time to apologize to everybody whose lives that I have impacted in a very negative way. I never meant to do so. Well, anybody that in my life has impacted yours negative, I never would have. I've never wanted to harm anybody's life. I've never wanted to, I think everybody should have a chance to enjoy their lives and be happy. I mean, why would anybody want anybody to not be happy? My intentions were always, do the right thing. My dad always taught me, so I like the Jenny Owens Young, that's who sings that one, the In-Betweener song, which is actually about, the anointed in a way, and she goes, it's you follow the, I can't think of it, you follow the leader, and I'm an in-betweener, so it goes I get lost, I get found, then you come back around. She talks about how she goes to the well and let her trace the water, but she never tell, kind of like when she goes to meet Jesus at the well, with her list of people that are deserving to live 1,000 years or whatever of peace and joy with no sickness. When the church, I believe they were Jehovah's Witness. I'm not quite sure, but they came to the house. They followed me everywhere. They came to the house to pass a dumb keg. They're all blushy to face and kicking their feet like rocks and stuff, like little schoolboys of the crush, standing there with his mom, and they were so excited, but they couldn't find the verse about how the anointed would be 1,000 years of joy and peace, with no sickness, no death, with the anointed in the new world. Now that is actually very possible, which I figured, learning more about my cancer and stuff and my cancer cells, they actually I thought he left me. They actually, my cancer cells live 10 times longer than healthy cells. And since I'm pretty sure I pooped out my brain and made a new one, and I'm pretty sure it happens a lot more than people think. Say on average, which isn't on average, but Native American women actually do live more. They are the race to live more to 100 years old than any other. Not so much Northeastern, but a lot of the other tribes, from health-wise. Ours is due to the cold and stuff. But yeah, so think about it times 10. I very well could live for 1,000 years. But by the way, I didn't just decide that I was kind of to say that that's who I am, and obviously I'm not, right? There's nothing special about me, is what Chris used to say. What do you think you're special? My mom used to say it differently growing up, but it stuck with me. She'd always, jokes and stuff like that, I knew, I know it, she didn't mean it seriously. They still bother me, the world doesn't owe you a favor, Stevie, Leigh, pretty sure it does. What was the other ones? The world's not out to get you. They were. And that's probably the most embarrassing thing. I just don't understand why. It's depressing. It's frustrating. I mean, I knew a lot of people didn't like me. Freaking, it is what it is. Those girls made sure that, you know, I knew. And just like with Chris posting about like my car that he worked on, sorry, my eye's starting to twitch again. I'm having about 3 to 4 brain fluid leaks a day. And it is in fact clear in color. Sometimes a little darker yellow if it hasn't happened in a little while, but it's not the amber color that it was before. So anyway, I wanted to apologize for the people whose lives that me or I, which I'm not really sure what it is that I did, because nobody will tell me. But me being born, for some of you, me living, like, me not dying, like I keep hearing in my, the brain to skull, voice to skull, like, I just keep hearing this girl, like, yelling at Chris, saying, like, you promised me I could be here, like, you know, when I woke up, like, when I remember, like, waking up in the President Dorman High School, after, like, it ended up being, like, my first major heart attack, frig, I can't, I hate this. Okay, so anyway, so I'll just try to make this quick. I've been getting messages from my mom's account, but again, they did this to me before, and when I got down to Florida at the end of February, I'm like seeing my son, but again, there's no mole in the back of his neck, but that's my son. Like, I missed him. Like, I miss you so much, JJ. Like, I miss Quinn. Like, I miss Trevor. Like, I can't believe that I am that hated. That, like, hated. That people would hurt my children. And the rest of, like, society is just, like, yeah, like, right on, power to you, like, what the fuck? And the fact that, like, every idea was mine. They stole a lot of ideas from me, but I couldn't use them. Like the homeless shelter, the Bangor Mall. Like, I wanted to take the one with, like, 2 levels or whatever and have them work, or, you know, stuff like that. Maybe do something like in the airport mall type deal, for like juvenile, like, you know, younger kids, like them, you know, have them have something set up there. There's a lot of things that I wanted to do, and I would have done them with my own money. But I have, after being informed last winter, and then being informed last fall, like a year ago, on Indian Island, of my father's death, and then, or one of my father's, but then going down there and seeing my parents alive, you know, I always thought that having this big family was a blessing, like we used to tell Trevor. Like, when he wasn't quite sure, like, because he had his father, Nate, and then he had me, and then he had John, who, when he was little, he called him Babe, because that's what I called him, and then we were like, what are we going to have him call him, like, when he gets older, like, he can't, and he had John's family, and John was the middle of 5, which it did state online still that, John was still currently on probation, and it would have, again, it was July 19th, 2019, we would have gotten off our probation. But it has, like, my picture or no picture, and, we shouldn't have done time. Sorry, I'm like, I get so exhausted. But I don't know where to go at this point. I went to the FBI last spring. I went to everywhere. I'm still being called a rat by these, like, psychotic bitches that, women, that, aren't understanding, like, that I have multiple videos of the police brutality and racial, like, just everything. It just, but I'm a rat, right? Like, what would I have to, like, all these people I don't think they're understanding, like, yeah, so they're like not very smart. These girls, this one girl in particularly, which every time I mention her name, the police come. And that redhead said next time he'll give me that romantic evening, like on the My Name is Meth video with all the girls from Hernando County in Orange, with Hernando County correctional officers in their uniform. That's where my death threat from the hospital system is on. It says, like, next time, tell your mother next time you won't wake up. And then no one thinks they'll wake up here, meth will change that. Now, why would meth make me wake up in a hospital in an operating room with a baby chopped up on my stomach? Like, why would that happen? Like, and also the whole thing about my low blood pressure. There's a whole lot of reasons why this is happening. The fact that I've been trying to stick up for all of this, and that's why nobody wants me with my children, because they would have to then admit that I was not crazy, that I'm not crazy, and I'm trying to do what's right, and I'm not. I've never been schizophrenic. And every reaction that I have, or every way that, like, when I do get very upset, it is a natural. Like, I was telling one of my friends who kept talking about his borderline personality and all, like, I said, no, dude, like, he may have different personalities, but I go, I have only seen natural, normal human reactions and emotions to situations. It's always easy to say and judge people, but there's only one person that was supposed to judge people, again, I'm just throwing some stuff out there. The Davids, I heard there was a secret chord that David played in Please the Lord. Now, like my uncle David Cologne, who passed away after being, his motorcycle blew up when he was 16 in Old Town. Just like my grandfather's, my mother's father, his 18-wheeler, his blew up. And everybody said that I was crazy for having my car looking like it was set to blow up, because there was, near the Greenbush store, across from the logging place, there's a field which everybody's doing, like the whole Wrinkle in Time thing. That's where it blew up, before they actually were doing that. And there was some guy, and it looked like it's the guy with, I'm sorry, but with all the cloning and stuff, and this is in no way disrespectful, but every time that I see somebody with a physical disability, it hurts me. Like, I feel their pain, or like until I know what happened. So if I do ever see me and you do have like a visible disability or injury or something like that, and I know it's rude to ask, but so they were trying to make me a unicorn and stuff and all that stuff, but not a good way. Like, before Uncle Jim died, when Uncle Jim died, everything got really scary. Yeah, I'm coming, 1 second. And so they've been making like weird people, and I'm worried that there's that meme where the guy sags his pants, like the black guy sagging his pants, and they like have an x-ray thing next to it, and then they were like, this is why, and it shows the guy with like really little legs and like a super long like thing. So I don't know, but I have seen like the holograms of you near my car and everything when I had my car. You like ripped the Cracker Kitchen sticker off, but I had seen that you had crawled under my car at next to Tim's Little Big Store, and next to my uncle's apartment building, next to where my Auntie Viola's restaurant used to be, had climbed under my car and like diverted something, and something did blow up under my car, but my car did not blow up. So I have been trying to stay away from my children and not talk to them, due to the fact that nobody has helped me, nobody's returned my calls, nobody's done this, and it's not because I don't love them. I've done everything that I can, and if the whole world felt this strongly about it, then, then that's what I have to do. And there's no point for me to be around, really, is there? That's why they signed for me for death with dignity. So if people try to say that they're worried about my mental health or they're worried about my life or that they give a shit, then they can kiss my fucking ass. Lethal injections twice last summer in Eastern Maine Medical Center. June 26th and July 2nd, Eastern Maine Medical Center of 2019. So I love all of you. JJ, I'm sorry, kiddo. But back to that, my record was removed, meaning that my appeal had gone through. Hey! And my children were supposed to be reunified, but we're not reunified to Maine. So hold on. Hold on, please.
Where are you?
So, bye.
I lost